Welcome, loves. In this episode, we're diving into the radiant magnetic frequencies of the Hebrew month of Elul, which is, in my opinion, a month unlike any other. Elul is a sacred portal or a bridge between the year that's closing and the year that's about to begin. And when you align with this energy, you actually give yourself the greatest gift. It's the chance to complete what's unfinished, to release what's heavy, and to plant seeds that blossom into miracles in the year ahead. For me, Elul is deeply personal. Every single year, my husband and I sit down together during this month with our journals open, with our pens in hand, and we reflect on the year that just passed. We look at what manifested, what healed, what grew, and then we write in vivid detail our clear intentions for the year to come. We even pull out what we wrote last Elul every single time. And I am always in awe at how precisely and beautifully those seeds unfolded over the year. It is nothing short of miraculous. When you get clear and intentional during the month of Elul, you get to see how your intentions flower, bloom, and grow into 3D manifestations. That is really the power of this month. So in today's episode, we're exploring exactly what makes Elul so transformative, why the mystics call it a portal of possibility, and how you can harness its energy to align your soul, clarify your intentions, and co-create your most expansive year yet. So if you've ever felt like you wanted a reset button, if you've ever longed to feel the divine closer to you, or if you've ever wondered how to bring your manifestations into sharper, more powerful alignment, then this episode is for you. Let's dive in. Becoming a co-creator with the Creator is your birthright. Together, we'll journey into your deepest authenticity. Because the more you align with who you truly are, the more effortlessly you call in the life that you desire and deserve. And most importantly, the more you step into your soul's highest purpose. Welcome to the Manifestation Method podcast, your number one source for Kabbalistic manifestation. Here we combine the ancient wisdom of Kabbalah, modern psychology, and quantum physics to help you achieve real, tangible manifestation results with my proven Abra method. I'm Ayelet Polonsky, and I'm here to guide you on your journey of manifesting a life that is aligned, expansive, and deeply connected to your highest self through the sacred energetic mechanics of Kabbalistic manifestation. To learn how to use Kabbalistic manifestation to transform your life from the inside out, go to ayeletpolonsky.com or download the Manifestation Method app. Let's open the gates of manifestation together. Now, before we get into today's episode, I invite you to join me in taking a deep breath in and a slow breath out. Feel yourself arrive here in your body. In this moment, let your shoulders release, your jaw soften, your heart open. You are here, fully present, and this presence itself is sacred. We are together entering a powerful, transformative time. It's the month of Elul, the final month of the Hebrew calendar. And this month is like no other. It's a time of preparation, reflection, and alignment. It's a portal, a threshold that invites us to close the old year fully and tie up loose ends, and to step into the new year with clarity, with intention, and with spiritual readiness, right? Because Elul is not just a month on the calendar. It's a vibration. It's an energetic portal that calls us inward. And it invites us to ask ourselves, what do I want to carry with me into the year ahead? What do I need to release? And how do I want to show up in alignment with my soul, with my purpose, and with the Creator? One of the most profound teachings about Elul comes from the mystics who say, Hamelech basadeh, which is Hebrew for the king is in the field. See, for most of the year, the divine, the creator, source, call it what you will, can feel distant, as though God is tucked away in a palace, accessible only through effort, ritual, or lofty spiritual practices. And we imagine needing to be perfect or holy or somehow ready enough before we are worthy enough to draw close to that divine presence, to God. But Elul, this portal that we're in currently, changes everything. This month, the king, the divine presence, leaves the palace and comes into the field. And what is this field? Right? The field is life as reality as it is. The life we're living, the experiences we're having. It means the dishes in the sink, the laundry basket in the closet, the school drop-off line. It's the tears that come when you're overwhelmed, or the laughter shared at a dinner table, or the quiet walk you take at sunset, right? The field is where your human, ordinary, everyday life unfolds, right? God is meeting you right there in the nooks and crannies, in the very detail of your very breath. And the mystics are telling us something radical here, that in Elul, you don't need to climb spiritual ladders or prove your worthiness. You don't need to dress up your prayers or wait until you're fixed or ready. The divine is walking right beside you in the rawness of your real life, saying, I am here. I am with you. I am available to you exactly as you are right here, right now. Nothing needs to change. Just receive me. And so imagine it this way. Most of the year, you might feel like you're trying to get to an appointment with a world leader, right? Endless red tape, closed doors, impossible to reach. You're trying everything and no answer, hanging up the phone on you, click, 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 no connection. But in Elul, it's like that leader is suddenly in your neighborhood park, sitting on a bench, in your own yard, in your own quantum field, right? That field of energy that surrounds you by 3 feet in your very breath, in your very vibration and frequency and emotions, sitting right there in a bench inside your heart, waving you over to come and talk. No barriers, no formality, just presence, just love, just intimacy. Into me, see. That's the invitation of Elul. To let yourself be met exactly where you are as you are. To remember that the king is not waiting for you in some distant palace. The king is walking with you in your field, ready to guide you, to heal what feels heavy, and to help you prepare your heart for the year ahead. The only thing that's required of you is to show up to that intimate dinner table, for that raw, real, tender, vulnerable conversation that God has been waiting to have with you, which is ultimately a conversation that you've probably been waiting, maybe for years, to have with yourself, because it asks for radical transparency, radical availability, right? Radical honesty, being real with yourself. What's been working this last year? What didn't work? Why did my manifestations not come to fruition this last year? right? And we're going to unpack that even more in today's episode so we can together help each other get clear and prepare the table for that conversation, right? Because from a manifestation perspective, in fact, the mystics teach that the very letters of the Hebrew word Elul are an acronym that form the phrase Ani ledodi vedodi li. I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. And this is not just a poetic line from Shir HaShirim, the Song of Songs. It's the energetic code of the month of Elul. It reveals that in this time, the distance between you and the divine is dissolved. God is closer, more intimate, more alive inside you now than at any other point of time in the year. Take advantage of this time. I can't stress this enough. I promise you, every year when my husband and I sit down on our couch and we have our manifestation journal open in front of us, and I've given us prompts to follow, right? And we outline and get into detail and get crystal clear. Every following Elul, when we look back at the year that's passed, we are amazed at what's revealed itself, right? It's so, so, so powerful. Hi, Ayelet here. I just wanted to pop in and say I am so excited to officially introduce the Manifestation Method portal, membership, and app. This is your home for all things Kabbalistic manifestation. You'll get access to my monthly live workshops, soul deep hypno activations and attunements, all of our manifestation courses, and our global community of manifestors. And the best part? It's just $26 a month. That's less than a latte a week. Come manifest alongside me and start creating the life you desire and deserve. Head over to ayeletpolonsky.com to join us. I mean, think about what this phrase, Ani ledodi vedodi li, I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. Think about what it means. The beloved is not out there in the heavens, separate from you, sitting on some mystical throne somewhere that you can't even perceive of or understand, right? No, the beloved is within you, pulsing through your heartbeat, breathing through your breath, right? Ani ledodi vedodi li means that when you lean toward the divine leans right back toward you. It's a mutual embrace. And this is what manifestation embodies, because we don't just manifest what we want, which is what so many of us think and are informed of when it comes to getting clear on what your intentions are. It's well, I want this, I want that. It's becomes this list of give me, give me, give me. That's not how manifestation works. Manifestation works when you acknowledge and know that you manifest what you are, not what you want. You manifest according to a vibrational frequency that you embody. And so we learn here in the month of Elul how to embody that frequency, to become the desires that we long for on a soul level. Right? That's the mutual embrace that I'm talking about here. It's what are we putting out? Because what we're putting out is coding the quantum field with what it is that we're ready to receive. So the universe, the cosmos, becomes this cosmic mirror that mirrors back to us the same frequencies and codes and information that we're putting out. And when you consciously tap into this truth, that God is alive inside you, that you are not separate from your creator, then something incredible awakens. You remember that you were created b'tselem Elokim, in the image of God, that your very essence is made of the same raw creative material as the divine. The same spark that spoke the universe into being is the spark that lives inside your soul. The same ingredients that it requires to make one cupcake are the same ingredients that are required to make a whole batch or an infinite amount of cupcakes. So the same ingredients that are made of infinite creative energy called God are the same ingredients inside of you. So that makes you a co-creator. And when you allow that light to turn on inside yourself, you activate your own creative capacities. You awaken the truth that you are a co-creator with the divine. And from a manifestation perspective, this is profoundly important, especially during these months of Elul and leading up to Tishrei, the high holidays, right? You don't manifest by grasping for things outside of yourself or by begging reality to deliver what you want as though it's like an Amazon delivery service, right? Manifestation begins when you embody the frequency of what you desire. When you live as though love is already yours, then love reflects itself back to you. When you breathe as though abundance is your natural state, then abundance flows towards you. So become the abundance that you want to see in your life. Notice the thoughts, the words of scarcity, of I'm not enough, I don't have. When I get this, then I'll be happy. That's scarcity frequency. Become the abundance you want, and you will see that abundant frequency, the cosmos will mirror it back. And when you stand in clarity and faith, then clarity unfolds all around you, right? The universe is a mirror, and you are the one setting the tone for the reflection. So Elul is the month to cultivate this alignment, not only in lofty meditation, but in the simplest daily choices, to feel it in your body, to root it in your heart, to anchor it in your lived reality. Because it's the small, consistent acts, the kindness that you extend, or the awareness that you practice, or the intentions that you choose, all of these compound. Day by day, they create the fertile, energetic field that you will carry into the year ahead. Right? So this is the invitation of Elul, to live as though the beloved is already within you, because the beloved is you. To stop searching outside and start radiating from the inside. And from this place, you don't just prepare for the high holidays. You prepare your soul to walk into the new year already aligned, already magnetic, already alive with possibility. Right? Elul is a time, it's a month that asks you to reflect on the last year with honesty and compassion, to identify what worked and what didn't, and what was just simply neutral, to also make peace with what is over and done, and to leave that behind you, not to carry that into the year ahead, and to prepare to step into the new year with clarity and presence and intention. Right? Many of us, when we arrive to Elul, can't help but look back at the past year and ask ourselves, why didn't my desires manifest? Why didn't the things I prayed for, journaled about, or worked so hard toward fully come into my being, into 3D reality? And this is such an important and honest question. And the answer is not that you failed. It's not that the universe has ignored you or that you did, manifestation wrong. The truth is that manifestation is always an inside out process. The outer world is a mirror of the inner. Manifestation works in this way where if over the past year your inner world was clouded, full of doubt, fear, scarcity, or old patterns that never got examined, right? Or disbelief in the possibility of your desires, then even your most heartfelt desires may have been sent out into the world, into the quantum field with a diluted frequency. It's like speaking a prayer with one part of your heart while the other part of you is silently whispering an oppositional prayer, right? The signal gets crossed. The vibration becomes unclear. And so the universe responds to clarity. It responds to alignment. It responds to the clean, steady signal of your intention. And that's really the gift of this month. It's really an annual invitation to recalibrate, to reset your inner frequency so that the seeds you plant for the coming year are vibrant, powerful, and aligned with your deepest truth. Okay, so how do you do this? Well, Elul gives us a threefold practice Or at least this is how I break it down when I'm doing my cheshbon nefesh, my internal accounting every Elul. Step one is first I ask with clarity, right? This is the month to get out your journal and your pen and actually put into words what you truly want. And not the watered down version, not the version that looks like or sounds like, I guess this would be nice, but rather the honest, bold, unapologetic, specific version of what your soul longs for. And when you write it down, you are declaring it not only to yourself, but to the cosmos as well. What you're saying is, this is the vibration that I'm ready to hold, and this is the reality that I'm calling in. And then second is I align internally, and this is super important, right? This is where the real spiritual work happens. Because if you write down, I want love, but deep down you believe I'm not lovable, then those unhealed patterns will interfere with the manifestation. Right? Elul is a time to notice what's still inside you that's blocking the flow. What are the limiting beliefs? What are the inherited fears? What are the loops of self-doubt? And instead of shaming yourself for having these limitations, you gently release them. You transmute them. You alchemize them and heal them. And this is how you clear the inner channels so that your prayers can move out into the world without distortion, right? And this is in a big way what I do inside the Manifestation Method membership that I've created and made super affordable so that everybody could be a part of it and witness the magic. And the members inside this membership are experiencing such profound, deep transformation. And if there was ever a time to join us, it's now during the month of Elul, because I take you into this alchemical process where we actually become super crystal clear about what those blockages are, what is still living in my blind spot, what is sabotaging my life from becoming so epic. And then we do these hypno activations, which are guided hypnosis, neuro-linguistic programming, visualizations, meditations. There's a whole bunch of processes inside the membership to help you transmute and alchemize this raw material into material that is in alignment with your highest self. So by all means, if you've been on the fence about joining, I invite you to join this month, and I become your personal coach inside this membership. Okay, and that takes me to the third step, which is take aligned action. See, Elul is not just about contemplation or, spiritual musings. The Kabbalists associate this month with the sense of action, meaning the way we move through the world matters deeply right now. How are we holding ourselves, our posture? How are we walking? How are we talking? What actions are we taking? What behaviors are we behaving in? Right? Every conversation you have this month, every choice you make, every small step you take is planting a seed for the year ahead. And when you align those actions with your clarified vision and healed inner world, your manifestations accelerate. It's just a spiritual science, right? Your desires don't just float in the realm of possibility. They start to take form in your 3D reality. So Elul is not just about looking back at what didn't happen with regret. It's about using that awareness as fuel, right? It's time to clear, to align, to step forward differently this time. It's the universe giving you a spiritual reset button and saying directly to you, my beloved, let's get it right this year. Let's clean the channel. Let's clear the pipes. Let's plant fresh seeds. Let's create from wholeness, not from fragmentation. In fact, there's a powerful line in Sefer Yetzirah, the ancient Kabbalistic text of creation, that says, Sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila, which translates to the end result exists in the initial thought, or the end result begins with your first initial thought. In other words, nothing that comes into form in your life was random. Everything begins in the inner realm, in the seed of your consciousness. So the way you think, feel, and imagine shapes what ultimately unfolds in the physical world. And so when you look back at the past year and ask, why didn't my desires manifest? This teaching gives us clarity because the seed, the thought, the belief, the inner vibration wasn't fully aligned with the outcome you were hoping for. So you may have desired one thing on paper, but your deep thought forms, your unspoken assumptions, your unconscious beliefs, those thoughts or beliefs that live in your blind spot that you're not even aware of, those were sowing a different kind of seed. And in the universe, everything in that realm of the unconscious always gets mirrored back to us because we don't manifest what we want, we manifest according to our unconscious desires. And so this is why Elul is such a sacred gift. It's the month where you get to return to the root, to recalibrate not just what you do, but what you think and what you believe. It's your once a year chance, or at least, we have this chance the entire year, but it's the most auspicious time of the year to start again from the inside out, to replant the seeds at the level of machshava, thought, intention, imagination, so that the fruits of your actions in the coming year are aligned, clear, and nourishing. Imagination is such a creative force. Our mystics talk about the power of visualization. This is why my membership in the manifestation method is full of guided visualizations, because so many of us are fantasizing all day, every day, or right. We're in the realm of fantasy or daydreaming, and we think we're visualizing, but real visualization is accessing the quantum field, the field of Ein Sof, of infinite possibility, and imprinting that field with conscious imagery, right? And that is something that if you're not familiar with, being guided in that process can be deeply, deeply life-changing, right? And so when it comes to the month of Elul and manifestation and how powerful our thoughts and our visualizations are, if you think of it like this, you can't plant weeds and expect roses to grow. You can't hold doubt and fear in your inner world and expect peace and abundance to blossom, right? So now is the time period where you take a sacred pause. You look at the garden inside of you and you decide which seeds to keep, which weeds to clear, and which seeds to plant with clarity. And from a manifestation perspective, this is everything, because manifestation is not magic. It's alignment. The more your thoughts, feelings, and actions line up with your soul's truth, the more quickly and gracefully life mirrors back your desires. Right? So, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila, the end result exists in the initial thought as not just a mystical phrase. It's a spiritual law of creation. It's a quantum law. If you want a different ending this year, then you must begin with a different thought, a different vibration, a different alignment at the root, right? So ask yourself, what are the seeds I want to plant now? What do I want my thoughts, my inner frequencies, my beliefs to grow into, right? And receiving guidance in doing this is part of the process. I know for me, when I first started my transformation journey, and to be honest, even till today, every time I've ever experienced a quantum leap or leveled up, it's because I allowed someone who was an expert in the field to guide me. So I know I'm driving this point home, but really this is the most auspicious time for me to invite you to join me inside my membership. It's a sacred window of time. When you align with it intentionally, you set yourself up for a year of clarity and expansion and miracles. So use this month wisely, and you will feel the ripple effects throughout the year ahead. Right? Also, what's really awesome about the lunar months according to the Hebrew calendar is that there are codes or divine keys that we can access to help us align more with that divine timing and get more into flow. And so one of the keys that corresponds to the month of Elul is the letter Yud. Every month in the Hebrew calendar has a Hebrew letter associated with it. So the letter of Elul is the letter Yud, which is the smallest letter in the Hebrew alphabet, right? It's nothing more than a single point, like a dot on a page. And yet within this point lies infinite potential, right? In Kabbalah, the Yud represents the spark before expansion, or the seed before the tree, right? Or the initial thought before it unfolds into reality, right? So if you think about it for a moment, in Elul, even the smallest, most intentional act you make has the power to ripple out into immense transformation, right? This is a month to not underestimate the little things. A single, honest, intentional prayer, a heartfelt conversation, one page of journaling, a single act of forgiveness. These seemingly small choices become the teeniest little seeds that expand and take shape in the most expansive, massive manifestations this year, right? And the tribe that is associated with this month, right? There's also a tribe that gets associated with every month. The tribe of Elul is the tribe of Gad. Gad, G-A-D. And Gad was known as a tribe of warriors, right? But not in the way of like reckless fighting, right? Gad represents clarity, discernment, and the sacred art of setting boundaries, which if you have not listened to my episode all on setting boundaries, now would be the time to listen to it, because it is the most auspicious month to get clear, get discerning, and to learn how to create loving boundaries so that you protect your inner space, right? And so the gift of God was knowing when to engage and when to step back, which battles to fight and which ones to release. Such powerful medicine to know how to do that. Whoa. Right? And that is the energy that Elul calls you into. It's about becoming a warrior of intention, right? This is the month to cut away what does not belong. All of the distractions, the toxic patterns, all of the unnecessary noise, maybe toxic people perhaps, right? It asks you this month to get radically honest. What in your life is ego-driven? What has been born out of fear or comparison? And what is truly soul aligned? What is an authentic longing that serves your highest purpose? Right? The tribe of God is an energy that supports you in claiming what nourishes your soul and releasing what dilutes your power. And in this way, boundaries become such spiritual acts. Saying no becomes a sacred act of devotion and self-care and self-honoring, right? Choosing focus over fragmentation becomes your path to freedom this month. And that takes us finally to the sense of the month of Elul, right? So every month is connected to a human sense. And for Elul, it is the sense of action, right? And like I said, aligned action. Again, like what's important to understand here is that Elul is not just about internal contemplation and sitting and overthinking, overanalyzing, right? Yes, it is a month of tshuva, of returning inward and coming back to your essence and remembering who you truly are. But the reflection alone is not enough this month, right? Kabbalah teaches us that insight without action is like a seed left unplanted. So it might carry the potential, but it'll never grow roots, right? So this month, your invitation is to take these insights when you do that internal inventory and then embody them in real grounded ways. Okay, that might look like writing down your intentions and placing them somewhere you'll see every day. It might be initiating a conversation that you've been avoiding because it's too painful to look at or you're scared to confront that person. It might be giving tzedakah, charity, or offering forgiveness, or practicing a daily ritual that roots you back into your highest self. I promise you, every intentional act you take in Elul and into Tishrei, no matter how small, is a seed that you're planting for the year to come. Okay? And so when you weave all of these codes and keys together, right, the Yud as the infinite potential and the smallest seed of thought, the tribe of God as the warrior of clarity and discernment, and the sense of action as embodiment, right? We see that Elul is both deeply reflective and profoundly practical, right? It's a month where we clear away, align, act with intention. Okay, and some things that you can do to anchor in and embody a practice for this month is ask yourself each day of this month, where did I align with love today and where did I fall away? All right, and then put pen to paper, journal a little bit more than you normally would this month, right? Get clear about your intentions. And then meditate on the letter Yud, right? Do small acts of kindness, right? Have a devotional alignment, a meditation that you do every single day this month. Or pray out loud, hitbodedu, talk to God like God is your friend. Okay, so as we close today's episode, I want to leave you with this reminder. Elul is a once-a-year portal. It's your time to pause, reflect, plant seeds. And again, if you're feeling the pull to take this work even deeper, if you want support, guidance, and a sacred container to actually do this inner and outer work, then I'd love to invite you inside the Manifestation Method membership. I just released something really special inside the membership, which is a step-by-step guide that unpacks everything we talked about in today's episode. Right? It's the exact process my husband and I use every Elul to set us up for success. And inside, you'll be guided to reflect, release, and get radically clear on your desires so that you can step into Tishrei and the high holidays and the new year ready to receive. And if this speaks to you, then the link to join the membership is inside the show notes, or you can go straight to ayeletpolonsky.com/mm. And remember, you are not separate from the divine. You are a co-creator. You are made in the image of God. And when you align your inner world, miracles unfold in your outer world. So I bless you that this Elul be the beginning of your most powerful heart-aligned year yet. And please, if this episode spoke to you and you feel it could be a good companion for someone who is looking to manifest a better year ahead, share this episode with them and spread the love. Thank you so much for joining me. Blessings for the most magical year ahead. Here's to your rising. If you enjoyed this episode, let's keep the conversation going inside the Manifestation Method Portal app, your #1 destination for Kabbalistic manifestation. Inside, you'll unlock the secrets of manifestation through my proven Abra method, rooted in Kabbalah, psychology, and quantum physics, designed to help you manifest real, tangible results from the inside out. Join our global community of manifestors, explore our signature courses, monthly live manifestation workshops with me, Ayelet, and access our transformational hypno activations and attunements to rewire limiting beliefs and align with your soul's purpose. The app is available now on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To sign up, head over to ayeletpolonsky.com. Becoming a co-creator with the Creator is your birthright. Let's manifest the life you desire and deserve together.